My name is Elias. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, Haima. Thank you, DISS, for hosting me for this afternoon and this occasion under the ILO to revolutionize the role of AI and digitalization at work. Today, I'll be addressing one specific topic under this big title, which is the big question that everyone asks every day and in every phase. Is the AI assisting us, or it's gonna replace our HSE professionals? Before we start, I would like to invite you just for 10 seconds, if we can vote in the chat box, who think that the AI is assisting or it will assist our HSE professions, or and put please like, and the one of us who think that the AI is gonna replace our professions, please put dislike. Please help me, Haima, with the results a bit, because this gonna affect our presentation from now till we finish.
Right.
And the winner, I think, will get something from the ISS if you realize the answer. All right. So how many dislike and how many like we got till now?
So far I'm seeing one dislike, and of course we're getting more of the assisting or okay thumbs up.
Good. So everyone is positive about the AI till now. Fantastic. Okay, so now we are ready to start, because if we are not comfortable with this one, maybe the presentation would be a little bit different. So before I start, my presentation will be divided into several pillars. I would start with the talking about the dawn of automation and how the automation started since the history and how it impacted the HSE. Then we will talk about the evolution of HSE through technology, which means how the HSE itself was impacted or evolved itself with the advancement of technology. The third pillar will be about the AI role in HSE, the capabilities across different industries. And then we will reach the $1 million question: is it a job displacement or no? And what the data says in this concern. Then, with every involvement, with every evolution, with every transformation, there are several risks that come with it. So the over-reliance on AI, does it have risk or no? To reach what and if may AI have tasks that he cannot or she cannot perform. I would like to tell you about a story back in 1980s, 1990s, when I was a small kid back then. I always used to, when my grandfather go to the land to labor his land, my grandmother, who used to be, by the way, the HSE manager for the house. So she always tell him, make sure you have your water, make sure you have your lunch, take your sun protection. Until one day, the big monster, if we can name it, came to the village, which is the tractor. We thought that our HSE manager with her grandmother don't have any job to do. However, we noticed that every day when my grandfather also want to go to labor his land, now instead of just pay attention or giving him instructions to take care of his health, now she used to tell him, don't stay in his way because maybe he will hit you. I'm bringing up this story to tell you that since then, and when I now preparing for this presentation, I always believe that the constant thing in our lives is a change. So change is constant, and we're going to experience change in every day and in every phase in our life. Now, speaking about the AI and automation, we know that AI now is introduced and involved in every aspect of our lives, in our daily life. That's why it's very legitimate for us to ask this question. In 2025, with the evolution of AI and automation and the fast pace of this technology, Is it gonna replace our HSE professionals? Are we gonna still seeing HSE men and women, or this will assist us and we're gonna keep our jobs? To start with, I would like to go back with how our ancestors did and what did they challenge, what did they face. If we go back to the first eras of industrial revolution back in 1700s and 1800s, where the man labor and the manpower, the man hand working got transformed to the machine, where they invented the power, steam, and the water, and where the manual labor was started to be replaced totally, and then by all of it with the mechanical tools, we had impact on HSE, where my grandmother used to only worry about sun and water and lunch. With this introduction for mechanical tools, this created new dangers like factory incident, child labor, and which also need basic worker safety rules. And this is when it started. We have the regulations and the laws concerning HSE. With the second industrial revolution between 1800s and 1900s, the same people who were worried about their future, now they witnessed the mass production. They start to seeing electricity, they start to see assembly lines, and then they start to see, which was at that time, at that era, a very big threat for them, which is the conveyor belts. When they introduced the conveyor belts, it definitely eliminated several jobs. And some people who were only their role to oversee manual handling, let's say, they thought their job are on the stake. However, with the introduction of this automation and inventions, we have witnessed increase in repetitive injuries, which ultimately brought more HSE concerns. And with the massive production, it also brought labor laws and safety regulations to be dealing with. The third industrial revolution, which is between 1950s and 1970s, where we witnessed the invention of computers. This was a very threatening area, let's say, because no one knew about it anymore before. We all thought that, I wasn't living by that time, but everyone was saying that the introduction of PLCs now will make everything automated. So there is no more role for laborers, which means there is no more role for the HSE themselves. And the big turnover was the first introduction of robotic arms. This was a turning point in the evolution of industry and automation. However, with this evolution and these discoveries, where the robots, yes, they took charge, welding and heavy lifting responsibilities. However, new risks were introduced regarding the electrocution, regarding the programming errors, and regarding several things that we are all aware about. If we go to the present era that we live in, with the fourth industrial revolution, where smart automation started, the introduction of Internet of Things, the AI, the big data, the machine learning. Yes, now all the machines are autonomous. They can do whatever they want by themselves. However, this, yes, provided several advantages for HSE. However, it brought several risks with it. And one of the major risks is the cybersecurity risk and the human-machine interaction issues. If we look to this table, this is a summary for all these four eras that we were living in. If you look to the right column, we see that every time humanity transfers from one aspect to another, there are different, yes, the technology fix some problems, overcome other problems, delete some needs and some businesses or some roles. However, other risks come with it. And we all agree that our role as HSE professionals, and we are working in health and safety, is to deal with these risks. The third pillar I would like to discuss with you today is how the HSE itself evolved with the technology. Before the technology, we know that everything in HSE was manual and reactive. We take too much time to document things, to do reports. The high rates of work injuries and fatalities in the workplace, and there was no real-time data, which is, we know today how crucial and essential it is. In the first wave of technology, we witnessed the introduction of CCTV remote surveillance, where one monitor, one operator can oversee and can control several jobs at the same time or several scenes at the same time. Also, we witnessed the introduction of smoke detectors, of alarm systems, which is very, very efficient and essential. We also witnessed the introduction of basic PPE, which we know that this is the initial thing of the initial pillar or essential element in every HSE business. We moved then to the digital transformation, where we start to realize and witness and deal with the mobile apps, where you can scan anything and you get the description in the moment. We saw the introduction of drones, which facilitates and eliminated like human need to go into sites where human couldn't access. It especially helped us in the construction, in the oil and gas sectors. In addition, the sensor technologies, where today you can wear a ring or a small sensor that can detect your heart rate or your fatigue level or all other data. All this is based on a cloud system, where now the transfer and the update and the sharing of information is limitless. You don't need to be in the office to share with your colleague who's on the site all the updates and all the reports that made. After the digital transformation, we reach now the time of AI, Internet of Things, and big data. We can see from what the AI brought to our profession, it made it more efficient. It made it more predictive, which means that using technologies with the automation, we can identify high-risk activity before accidents happen. Moreover, we can see that the traditional helmets or PPE we used to use now are getting more smart. Now they are giving us continuous data, continuous safety data. The automation also helped us and helps our manpower to be more safe, especially with the tasks that require special skills and access to high risk areas, such as the pipeline or the toxic areas. In addition, the technical evolution also assists and help the HSE profession itself with the virtual reality training, where we don't need to implement or to build a very big facility, a very big entity to just provide the training. Now with a computer, a software, and maybe a goggles, we can delve our trainees into a vast world of possibilities where they can learn and experience different sides of HSE and safety. What is the role specifically of AI in HSE, and what are its capabilities across different industries? We all agree that AI now is in everywhere, in different industries, in medical and chemical, biological, name it, everything, everywhere. The AI is everywhere. So with the AI-powered system, we can analyze now workplace conditions. We can detect hazard and ensure compliance with safety regulations. As well, the predictive analytics can monitor machine, and they can tell us if this machine need maintenance or it's gonna fail before they occur. It don't need human monitoring or human follow-up to have this information. The video surveillance, also based on the AI, it can assist us in identifying all the risks that might occur. It can detect accident, and it can also assist the supervisors to have real-time alarm concerning any unsafe act. As well, the AI help us in generating reports. You don't need to sit days and nights to generate reports or to do the analysis, whereas now the AI softwares can assist us in generating and analyzing bunch of data in very quick time. As well, the robotics and the advancement of robotics and the drones are now used in dangerous environment. They can be used in high construction, where we can see now it's very common where drones are fighting fires. They can they do the cleaning of facade or elevated area, so they can do all kind of things. As well, the IS systems can analyze air quality, which is more relevant and more reliable than the old system detectors and analysis. And in addition, the AI now introduced the several areas of education where we can supply, we can rely on. As I said, we don't need to implement or to build like wide facilities or training facilities to provide the training. We can use the AI on it. And here now the $1 million question is based on the data. Has the AI displaced our job, or no, it is assisting us? I have honestly here one bad news and one good news for you. I will start with the one good news. The ILO said in their analysis that in high-income countries, only 5.5% of employment is potentially exposed to automation effects, and 0.4% are affected in the low-income area. And this is due definitely because we will see later in the limitation of the AI, of the high cost of implementing and applying AI tools. However, the bad news for you that according to McKinsey Global Institute in the report 2023, they said that up to 30% of jobs in 2030, they will be partially automated. And specifically the repetitive task, data entry, and routine inspections. And from this finding, I invite you to, when we know the number, this is the opportunity where we can see the gaps, where we can see the threat and how we can plan to deal with it. Is relying on the AI risk-free? Definitely not. So as we said before, with every advancement, with every transformation, there are risks that come with it. What are the risks that come with the AI if we definitely over rely on the AI? The AI itself, it cannot be done by itself. It should be done by human intervention. In all advancement, in all technological discoveries, human intervention is very essential. And all the tools, the sensor, everything, it requires calibration, it requires implementation, and it requires ethical decision making. So basically, this is one of the risks associated with over relying on AI. In addition, the AI, it works on analyzing data and giving outcomes. So if the data is incomplete or outdated or biased, it can lead to incorrect assessment. The third risk associated with the excess of AI is the governance and regulation. Till today, there is no government in the whole world, in the UN, in any place, could implement or could come up with a specific, clear, final regulations and laws that deal with the AI introduction or the AI business or invention. Because, and one of the big questions now is if a robot made a mistake or caused an injury or death, who is reliable? Who is accountable? Sorry, who is accountable? Is it the manufacturer of the robot? Is it the supplier of the robot? The operator of the robot, or the robot itself? Definitely the robot cannot be judged, cannot be taken into court. There is no law for it today. But till now, these cases are not solved yet. Additional risk come with the AI is the high cost. So that's why with the latest data we discussed, in the high income countries, there is more risk for AI to replace jobs. And this is very understandable if we see the cost that come with the AI implementation. And again, one of the big risks that come with the AI is the lack of emotional intelligence. And we know that we are dealing with a human, we are dealing with manpower, we are dealing with changeable situations, and some of the decisions that we take as HSE professionals in every day are based on emotional intelligence. And till today, even someone might challenge or argue that yes, with the generative AI, which is the AI capability to learn by itself and to like learn from mistakes. Till today, even the inventors or the creators or researchers of the generative AI, they cannot guarantee that this technology is 100% reliable or 100% risk-free or incident-free. Before we finish, I would like to ask you, do you think that AI do you know that AI is there any task that AI cannot replace? Yes, absolutely and certainly. There are some capabilities that even though with its total advancement, the AI cannot replace, which is the ethical decision making in emergency situation, where till now there is no AI system that can take decision when it is based on the human intuition. Also, all the AI solutions and programs and innovations that are based on use cases, which means HSE professionals bring the problem and integrate the AI solution and capability to help them solve these problems. The AI system by itself, it cannot create a problem and find a solution for it. The third thing that AI cannot replace is the crisis management and leadership. As I said before, we know that as HSE professionals, we are working with a human. So I'm sure most of us would definitely will agree with their boss or manager or leader to do a critical thing that they wouldn't agree with an application or a notification to tell them to do this thing. And the last one is concerning the employee training and guidance. The AI softwares cannot create themselves the training. We need to tell them what we want, and their role is to assist us in bringing up what's the possible solution. As a conclusion, I think, as the ILO has put it in a very clear and very expressive way, which is let's make AI work for workers. Yes, I believe that AI augments our capabilities, that it is created to assist us. However, it's a universal call to keep the balance between the AI efficiency and the preservation of human professionals, because at the end, the human are the center of this profession. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Elias, for an outstanding session and for sharing your deep knowledge and experience with us. Now, let's proceed with our second speaker. It is my pleasure to introduce our second speaker, Mr. Saif Eyad Mohammad Alsahdfan. With almost 20 years of experience in the HSE field, Saif currently serves as a senior HSE engineer in the oil and gas sector. His impressive career includes leadership as an HSE manager and overseeing major oil and gas projects. Saif holds a degree in chemical engineering from Utah University in Jordan and has earned multiple international safety certifications. He is also an accredited trainer with organizations like NIBOSH, IOSH, Highfield, CCC, and JMJ, a true champion of health and safety excellence. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Saif Eyad Mohammad Alsahdfan. Mr. Saif?
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.
Walaikum assalam.
Audible, okay. And thanks very much. Thank you a lot for DISS for this opportunity. It's my pleasure always to assist and support such an organization that help us during our time for training and so on, and also the people who's working in this organization. So thank you very much, and I'm expecting from the audience also. Thanks for everyone who's attending today. Thanks, Elias, for such a great presentation. You helped me a lot. You build a good base, so I will just continue on that, and I will also ask for everyone to participate in this. Let us say it is a workshop. It is more than a webinar, because there will be a lot of questions, and I need your intervene in this. So first of all, we are celebrating today our safety World Safe Day, and today the theme for this year, it is about AI, new technologies, and how can we implement these technologies in our workplace to ensure that it is more safe. But my view is to how to enhance our safety culture by AI and by you, because it is whatever the technology will take place in our world, the human being have the final touch, have the final decision to make things better. Is it moving? Okay. So the World Safety Day is happening on 28th of April every year, and it is an occasion that bring us to ensure that awareness for the people and to assure effectiveness of the safety behaviors are followed on our organization. It's just a reminder for us to go back and do the awareness and collaborate with people to ensure more safe practices are followed. As we said, this year the theme is Revolution, Health and Safety, the role of digitalization at work. That it is focused on the impact of digitalization and artificial intelligence. This is me in simple. I am here in Qatar from 2006, so I participated in such organizations, Toastmaster, FIFA as a volunteer. Last year, I had the award for the safety influence, working with IRSM, sometimes giving some here and there speeches and webinars. So the aim is to ensure that our knowledge are not statistic. Our knowledge is dynamic. We deliver, we receive, we learn together, that keep us alive and keep the learning development is ongoing. Now, I divided my presentation for artificial intelligence, behavioral-based safety, emergency response, and the last is the VS series. And here where we can challenge ourselves with what we are doing and how we will do it in a better way. How we continue doing the things in our workplace, in our organization, and how we can improve and enhance. And I know that, mashallah, we have around 100 people attending this with your high experience. I'm sure that we are doing what we are doing, but it is the final touch what you will be doing to ensure that the effectiveness is there, the sustainability is there, and the best results are going to be achieved. So, if we discuss together, what does safety culture means to you? And I will open the chat box, and if you can please just answer with one question, with one word. What does culture safety culture means to you? Any answers? Adhering safety rules as much as possible. Thank you very much, Yasser. Collaboration. Great, Sudeep. Safety culture, it is the process that organization take to promote duty of care. Safety culture is the way of people in order to avoid harm. Team approach. Safety culture means cooperation with HSE, perception, human behavior, safety norms in an organization. Safety culture, it is the shared value, belief, attitude, and practice. Sorry, I cannot get the name very quickly, but because there is a lot of reply. Well-being with free accident zone at forces, mindset, commitment, and mindset. Thank you very much for your answers. And yes, the safety culture is all what you said. Okay, it is the belief of the organization that they can avoid incidents. It is the belief that sometimes we are saying that it is zero accidents and incidents. Yes, this is the belief. So whatever you can do in order to improve, to spread the awareness, training, supervision, leadership, effective communication, responsibility, accountability, it's all reflect the safety culture of the organization. And if you do some research, the safety culture, it is having several theories for safety culture. However, it is the independent way, the internship, and so on. So it is different types of safety culture where you can see that it is as much as you increase the responsibility and the ownership of the people towards safety, it equals the improvement of the safety culture. Now, my second question. Are you ready? How to use AI to promote proactive safety culture? And first of all, thanks a lot, Elias, for bringing a lot of ideas and examples of AI. But nowadays we are here in our workplace, in our construction, or we are in our organization, manufacture, different kinds of workplaces. How you are implementing AI in your field? Are you using simple approaches? Are you starting using some softwares? Are you using a ChatGPT, for example? What you are doing? HAZOP study, it helps a lot in fire detection. Example, alarm popping on CCTV screen. Thank you, Abdullah. AI helps to prevent maintenance like engineering, like record keeping track. Great. Thank you, Yasser. Detection of danger, time saver, assisting faster problem solving, using software for real-time monitoring and alert, which is now very popular, this real-time monitoring. And I believe that some organizations here in Qatar, they start utilizing such. And it is about technology. So whatever you are using or maintain or adopting the technology in your system, it's also help in such monitoring, alarming, getting some feedbacks, reports, records, and so on. Thank you very much for your interaction. And actually, I intend this to ensure that the people are behind the screens with more alert. Now, strengthen the safety practice with AI solution. The most important thing in overcoming the challenge of near-miss reporting. Whoever is working and having experience in construction, we usually have problem with reporting near misses. Where the near misses, it is an positive approach and it is a proactive approach, but the people have different perception about near misses, either to report or not to report. Or if they report the near miss, then they are afraid about the consequences. Okay. The near miss reporting, it will help us definitely to avoid another similar incident. I believe that everyone agrees with this. A near miss, it is an incident but didn't happen. So either by location, time difference, and so on. So how is the AI is overcoming this challenge? By this real-time monitoring, it will detect the behavior and the actions that it is happening in one place, that the CCTV, for example, is programmed to detect some unsafe acts. And from these data, it can be taken. And then the data can be analyzed to be later on determined as a near miss. But why we are not reporting near misses, or why we are, and here are some reasons why we are not reporting near misses. Fear, lack of information, insufficient training, for example, but these are all belongs to our human behavior, and we can say and we can take a decision to report a near miss. However, if you are not reporting a near miss, you are letting an incident to happen, either with you or either with your colleague. And the AI is helping us to overcome this biggest challenge of near miss. The next thing is identifying underlying cause of unsafe behavior. As we said, that the unsafe behavior are happening in our workplace. Either it is by physical factors, social influence, environment factors, and emotional and mental health aspects. The AI, as we said, during the real-time monitoring, it will be programmed, input with all the types of examples of the unsafe acts or that it can happen in the workplace. And from here, from taking these data, analyze these data, you can identify what is the root cause of these unsafe acts. Working on these root cause, you will identify what is in your management system need to be improved. You don't go for blaming, you don't go for it is a human error. No, you go for what is in the management system should be improved. Is it a training? Is it a support? It is a resources? It's a follow-up? It is a supervision? And so on. So this is the second most important for AI that it helps us. And the third thing is recognizing safety challenge in the workplace. Several times we are having an incident and we are not going with the correct root cause, or we don't get the correct story of what happened behind this incident or unsafe act, and how can we deal with it, and how can we provide the corrective actions or preventive actions that it will help to prevent reoccurrence. So identifying the safety hazards, monitoring and reporting safety concerns. By AI, you can have a data that it can be used for several projects. You can save it and depends on it as a benchmarking, depends on it as a trend analysis, depends on it for sharing as a lesson learned. This data will help the organization and other organizations to improve and enhance in safety. Nowadays, there is in AI, they start with the mobile. So you can promoting reporting with AI system through mobile system. And as we mentioned here, it will improve the reporting with mobile system, employee AI vision and hazard detection. And this is the most important thing if the input of the program was as much as accurate. So it will detect all these unsafe acts that the people are doing. Data collection for the safety improvement. And here's some ideas, some examples of the softwares that it is working and identifying. It is connected to the CCTV of the workplace. Then it will identify the unsafe acts, the movement of the people. It will give alerts for some personnel who are in the system, for example, to receive. It will collect the data and save all the data that it is required for analysis, providing presentations, data analysis that will help the organization to improve. And by reviewing this, either it is saved or the data, it is alerting and giving the alarms, the actions on this will be more effective. So you can have on the next day or on the same time, you can stop the job and you can prevent an incident to happen if that was alarm set in a proper way. So yes, AI is helping us because technology is making the ease of actions and the better data collection. Now, if we start moving from AI and education of people, and I believe in these theories. Before we started with the technology and whatever, and when we have a workplace, we start with education people. Whoever coming to your workplace, he will attend your safety induction, for example, yes? The safety brief, the daily toolbox talk, yes? But yet, there is an incident, there is a shortcut, there is a violation, there is. Now, if you are doing such a right thing every day, it will create with you a habit. To break the habit, to change the habit, it is difficult. And the same, if you are doing the wrong thing every day, it will create also a habit. And to have a habit, to have something that it is repeated in the correct way, you need to enforce it. Enforcing and ensuring compliance with the people. With enforcement, it will create a habit. When you create a habit that the people are following, and for example, let us take a simple thing that it is the safety glass. When you ensure that the people every day coming to the site wearing their safety glass in the correct way, it will create a habit that he will, as soon that he came down from the bus, he will wear his safety glass, okay? And that will create the compliance and commitment. If your people, if your team become a habit, ritual, this will ensure the commitment and compliance. And how you will create this? There is different ways. These are from the books, the 4 stages of habits. This is a very popular book about habit. James Clear, the writer, and it shows that it is the habit can be in 4 stages: cue, craving, response, reward. So at the end, it is a reward. If you don't feel rewarded by doing your habit, you will lose it. So that's what we need to keep. Habit, it become a routine, then it is a ritual. So let us concentrate. Let us made a point. Let us made a commitment that we can create a habit within our people for compliance, and this will reflect your commitment. The compliance and commitment are reflecting the safety culture. When you enter the site where the people are with full compliance of PPE, what you will say? This site is following a good safety culture. This site having a good people who's taking care of safety. This guy is say this workplace have a committed management team, and so on. So we drive from AI, behavioral safety. This is the behavioral safety. This is what you need to create with your people. Second, next, you will go with emergency. And the emergency response, what is the favorite fruit in emergency response? Can anybody tell me? Where is the chat? Can anybody tell me what is the favorite fruit in emergency? Fruit and vegetables, I mean fruit. Okay, so in emergency response, it is a beer. Yes, beer, it is people, environment, asset, and reputation. And what is it in the first level? Is the people. Yes, here we are in an emergency case. The first thing that you think about as a human being, as a person, as a safety officer, as a safety manager, as a medical response team, as whatever you are, the first thing in emergency you think about people. How we need to evacuate the people, how we need to safeguard the people, how we can give the medical assistance for the people. So in emergency, we always think first for the people. How many people injured? Do we have fatalities? How much the injury? Do we have a severe fracture? So these the questions that it is always started when we are talking about emergency. Then we start talking about environment, assets, and reputation. In your emergency response, in your emergency drills, spread the importance of the people. Make sure that you are talking to the people's hearts, making sure that you are the most important. You want to get the commitment, you want to get the compliance of the people, you want to raise the safety culture, make the people the first priority in your workplace. Let them know that you are doing this safety for them. Let them know that whatever they can take, whatever they can get is from you. I think be prepared to provide no regret response. I'm on time, Jaime, or
Saiba.
I am
Yes,
on time.
Mr. Saif. Yeah.
How much time? I still 10 minutes.
It depends, sir.
Okay, I will continue.
You can continue. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So now we reached to the VS series, and actually when DISS called me, I said this idea came to me, and due to whatever is happening, due to the 3-4 days ago with the safety day, with the promotion of safety day, and so first of all, speak up vs silence. Why we are not speaking up? When we say something unsafe, unsafe act, unsafe condition. Why we don't speak up? Are we afraid from the mudir that he's not wearing his safety glass on site? Are we don't know? It's not my area. Khalli walli. What do you think? I can see a lot of interaction here. Guys, thank you very much. Really, you are making my presentation very fruitful. Thank you very much. Great answers. So yes, we are, but if we are not speaking up, what is happening? We are busy, time constraints. It's not my area. You are in doubt. A lot of reasons why we are not sharing, why we are not talking. But if you are not talking this time, what will happen? You will lose a friend. You will lose a colleague. Correct? You will be in an incident one time. Blaming culture. Yes, you are right. But if we speak, we will prevent an incident. Correct? And this is what we need to. The second VS. Office safety vs safe free zone. We are always thinking that the office is very safe place. Yes? The office is no lifting operation, no scaffolding erection, no overpressure, no pressurized system, and so on. Does it? What do you think? The office have a lot of unsafe conditions. A lot of unsafe conditions, ergonomics, fire safety, electrical hazards, and so on. So don't think and don't underestimate the hazards or the risk that it can be in the office. Wherever you are, there is a risk and there is a hazard, and you need to speak up about it. Third VS, proactive VS versus reactive. And we hear this a lot, yes? Every time our manager came to us and say, we need to be proactive. We need to find out the things that before it happens. Yes, it is correct. And we need to do this. And this anticipating, planning, strategies, risk assessment. This is what we need to do. I believe that you are an experienced person, and when you are deployed to a new place, you will start thinking of what happened in the previous project. But sometimes you are in doubt to talk that we need to implement this because it happened with us. No. Whatever happened with us before, we need to avoid it to happening again. And whatever we learned from before, being proactive, it will help us to make sure that our safe and our environment are more safe. Routine versus cold eye. Imagine that you are working in the same location for 1 month, 2 months, 1 week, 2 weeks. Your eyes getting ready, being used to see these things in daily basis. So your hazard identification level decrease, and you become less identifying things because you are used to see this place every day. Okay, and sudden someone came to your area and found something that you didn't see it. Why? This is nature. We used to the place. We came here every day, so we used to it. So this is what we need to do. We need to have cold eye. We need to invite people to our place. As a leader, cross-check, shuffle the people, make rotation. Cold eye being unbased to workers. Yes. So shuffle the people, make the rotation. You will improve. You will find and you will receive results that you never heard it before from the previous person. Not because the previous person is a low quality, is not a hard worker, whatever. No, because the environment change, the observer change. So that's what we are looking for. Incident hiding vs reporting. I believe that everyone 100% believe that incident, if you are hiding an incident, it is not a positive thing. Records is something, maintaining that reputation for the company is something, but if we hide an incident, we are losing a lot of. And the most important thing, we are losing the learning of incidents. And unfortunately, there is a sharing incidents sometimes within the organization, they don't accept, whatever. However, we can share incidents without sharing information of the organization, the person involved, and so on. Sharing what happened will give us a good learning opportunity from this incident. Compare yourself of doing something that you know with something new. Compare yourself that with you are doing something that you hear that this during working on this machine someone get hurt. How you will deal with this machine? How you will deal with this tool? It will be the same? No way. Time pressure versus planning. Nowadays, there is a lot of planning tools, planning softwares we are using in the workplace. We are using in our organization. Is it beneficial? Yes. But sometimes we reach to the deadline. Sometimes we need to do this job. Sometimes we're under pressure. How can time pressure affect your decision-making process? And here, where is your experience appear? You are under pressure. You are in a shutdown, for example, turnaround, whatever. If you are not maintaining your decision-making, if you are under pressure, this will lead you for the wrong decisions. This will lead for incidents. This will lead for whatever. But here, where you should be considering the time pressure, the management, and dealing with the safe situation under pressure. Recognition versus planning. I write a lot here, and I believe that this presentation will be shared, but I will not talk about it a lot. I will not read all. But if you want to recognize someone, make it specific for this one, for this person. Make it timeless. Make it time with a timeline. He done something good. Recognize him on this time. Don't wait for that. When he forget about what did he make. Make it in public. In blaming, don't focus on the mistake. Focus on the solution. Stay calm, encourage dialogue, and learn from the mistake. And the last, it is make it private. Training programs versus records. And this is a big drama happening in organization. You will go in the audit and you will find out that how many hours of training done, how many training is completed, and so on and so on. It is not about records. It is not about man hours. It's how much this training is effective. How much is your people understand this training, how much they can understand and implement and use. It's not about records. Don't be in this bias. Concentrate on the effectiveness. The last one for me is partner versus contractor. You are a client, or you are a subcontractor, or you are a contractor, or you are the owner. The contractor is part of your organization. If your contractor failed, you failed. If you didn't choose your contractor in the proper way, you will fail. But however, at the end, the contractor is a partner. Together, you will succeed and get the benefits of this project. And you will achieve without incidents, without injuries, with a timeline, on the deadline, with profit, with whatever. So consider your contractor is a partner. Don't mention even in the meetings, I will check with my contractor. I already discussed with my contractor. No. Change your behavior, change your perception to your contractor. Tell about him. He's my partner. I will discuss with my partner. I will cascade to my partner. I will work with my partner. Because in this collaboration, you will achieve in your project or your work site. At the end, I will leave you with this. We are all learning, and no matter when and where. And there was a saying, I will not go with the reference with this because there is some debate, but اطلبوا العلم من المهد إلى اللحد. Ask for learning from birth to death, because you will never stop learning until you die. Thank you very much. Any questions? And I hope that I managed this with time.
Yes, you did. So hi guys. So if you have questions, feel free to ask or add them in our chat box, and we will try to accommodate as much as possible. Yeah, probably we'll have like 2 to 5 minutes to cater all your questions before we wrap up. Questions?
Does the question about AI, Elias, you want to answer about this, or you want me to answer? What is the best AI tool can recommend to be used in HSE field?
Thank you first, Saif, for this excellent, insightful, informative. I didn't wanted to interrupt you. Now I take the chance to thank you again. That was very insightful. Thank you so much for your efforts. I'm not sure, Haima, if you want to lead the questions, or because I didn't find what Saif was referring to. So either, so what's the question?
Yes, this is from Lasana Adam. The question: what is the best AI tool you can recommend in the HSE field?
Okay. So thank you, Lasana, for this question. I would like, before trying to answer, I would like to emphasize that I am not AI tech. I am not AI solution sales. I am, as you, trying to be so basically, as per the research and things we tried to find during this preparation, or whether through the seminars and workshops, summit I attended, there is no miracle named AI. It's not like I want to fix everything. Yes, AI will fix it. In one slide on my presentation, I emphasized on the AI as a tool where you have to put the problem and try to find efficiency, quick response, I don't know, improvisation, let's say, customization, using AI tools. So in order to answer these questions, we need to ask first what we want to solve. So if you want, let's say, for example, which is a AI tool that we all use, if you want to say, to fix, I want to get informated few reports where you have your CCTV, your sophisticated CCTV system, which it can detect all the malpractices, all the unsafe acts. Then in this AI tool where you embedded your camera with your software, you tell him, whenever you see this action, I want you to go and generate an incident report which address day, time, description, possible reason, possible solution, let's say. So this is the first step. When you go to the second step with the generative AI, which means the AI system, it's now more sophisticated and it can learn itself. Instead of in the phase where it suggests several solutions, he will learn with time, with experience, with feedback and input from the operator side, that whenever you see one person stepping on a elevated platform, make the report in this way and send a notification to the supervisor. You got my point, Lasana?
Lisana, you're still there? I think it answered his or her questions. So
basically, the AI solution is customizable, is self-learned, and it is two-way. Let's say the client or we as operators, we say what we want. The technical team will try to respond your need in the most efficient way.
Can I just add something, Haima?
sure, go ahead, Mr. Saif.
I totally agree with Elias. It is a tool. It is customized as you want. You have, as a human, we have the final decision what we need. Whatever AI can produce, whatever AI can provide, but we are the decision maker, what we need him to do. Okay, and this is how the software will be developed. So it is not what is the best AI or where can I find. It will come slowly in our life, and we will see, and we will not feel that we are using these things because we will be used to have it.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Saif. Actually, we're still getting some questions, but it's already almost 7 p.m. So as much as possible, we don't want to take so much of your time. If you guys have questions still, we can cater by you can send us an email through info@diss.com.qa, and then as mentioned, we will be catering them as much as we can. Okay. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Saif, for sharing your valuable insights, and of
Thank you
course,
very
sharing
much.
you're welcome. And Mr. Elias, thank you for our two amazing
Thank you
speakers.
so much. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. All right, so that
Thank
brings
you.
us, yeah, you're welcome. That brings us to the end of our webinar. So as we wrap up again, I just want to thank to our speakers, Mr. Elias and Mr. Saif, and you to our audience, of course, being part of today's event. Safety is everyone's responsibility, and with innovation and awareness, we can build a safer world for all. Keep the spirit of the World Safety Day alive every day. We'll be sharing the recording and additional resources with you maybe tomorrow, inshallah. Thank you again,
Thank you,
and
Elias.
stay safe and well.
Thank you.